Hello there, fellow interfacers. My name is Zambo. This is my axial Capra trail buggy. And I'm gonna show you what I added and tell you maybe tell you a little bit about it. So I got this as a kit, and this came clear, and I tried to paint it a crimson red, but I added black and white, and that ended up turning it into a purple. I added these lights. This is a 13-turn motor with a little ESC, and that is where I put my receiver or transmitter, whichever. I don't know right now. Put another light back here. This is a good spot for one. This is actually really good for night riding, or night driving, I suppose. Just standard shocks. I think these are like 4-inch. There's 4 inches right there. It's a little bit less. Think of the correct measurement right now. I did not put lights in these. Just a little servo. And I had made these. Very important. I would definitely highly suggest buying a pair on Amazon, because this material, even though it's really strong, it does degrade pretty quickly, especially with some of these. But that's granted, you know, that's just plastic. I bought this plate off of Amazon. Treal, and I also added this one as well. So this is I'm not too sure if this is aluminum. I think it might be tin. I don't know yet. And if you haven't seen the video yet, I made these in the video. They actually hold up pretty good. I mean, it's just little, thin aluminum, but this holds up pretty well. Just put some screws in it and bam. So this is what the back looks like from the top down. Pull out some tape. Maybe I can give you a good measurement of what the size of this is. This right here sticks in a little bit, which is obviously what you want. So this is about 9 3/4 inch. Actually, I did measure it. Without the tires on, it does pretty much come to 9 3/4. And then, if I can get on this side, let me move the light. Right about there. Right about there. So, I'll leave it like right there or so. Leaning over, my hand's kind of over right now. Pretty close to 12 3/4 or 13 inches. It's actually pretty big. Honestly, this is pretty big. And the cool thing about this is, if you see this tire right here, and you look up and you see the other tire, like that, it crosses over. So right there, right? Let me move this. So the tires stick out pretty far from the body. I don't know, maybe say a 1/4 of an inch or so, maybe a little bit over. It's kind of hard to tell, to be honest. Let's see what we can. Let me get it right against the tires like that. Even though these tires are a little bit small, you have to remember that. So if you get bigger tires and these stick over more, that'll change that a little bit. But if they stick out further, then that's, I guess I can see that as a plus for sure. It's definitely fun putting this thing together. The only kind of, I don't know if it's a complaint, but so if you see that screw on the shock, the top of the shock right there, if you're putting this together, try not to strip out that screw, because I kind of did that a little bit on accident. No, definitely not on purpose. So this is pretty bright. I wish it would stick down further, going toward the ground. It does kind of stick up, and that's honestly useless. But it works. I'm not knocking it. So the drive shaft comes plastic. I put this one in. I know you're probably not supposed to do metal because it could end up destroying the transmission. Let's actually get it right here. I obviously added a fan and a cooling unit. So there is the transmission. I think right now it's like a 14 pin or something like that. I don't know. I totally love this truck. It is an amazing truck. Another concern. I mean, if you're into RCs, it's no big deal, you know. But you're obviously gonna hit this. That's granted. But right here, hitting that against rock, that is kind of concerning, to be honest. I am kind of concerned about that, but I think I might be able to change that up. Actually, no, I think I am going to add some metal on that. And in the other video where I'm hammering the metal, it's kind of dark, and I'm sorry about that. There's nothing I could really do about it, you know. I am going to try and put this in, like, try. I don't know how it's going to work, or if it is going to work, or I don't know if I can pop this thing out with one hand. Let me see, there we go. So this was $10 with this, but no bearing. You're going to have to buy a bearing because the rear end doesn't come with this bearing right here because it doesn't really need it. Sorry, everything is in reverse on the camera. And I bought this with it. Oh, sorry. There we go. So that's the cap for it. And I just threw that screw in. It's just, I don't know. Maybe temporary, maybe not. I don't know yet. I have to buy axle shaft for this. So this part right here, it's kind of, let me see if I can get in focus. Right there. So I have to get this part, and it's about $42. So I think in total this was like $350, but with no motor, no tires, no servo, and the light did come with it. This light right here, and everything else pretty much just bare bones. You know what I mean? You're just getting a chassis. Get in there for you. In case you guys are looking for something that I don't know if you're looking for, and hopefully I can answer. So there's the inside. I painted the inside. I threw a clear coat on this, on the paint. Well, yeah, you know what? Let me pull this tab out. So there's one tab. Let me switch hands. Second tab. So maybe you guys or somebody out there is wanting to look what's under the hood. There you go, that's under the hood. So this is where you're supposed to put your battery. It's right there. This slot. Maybe here. Here you go. Oh man, that thing is, sorry, I paint a lot and sometimes. So I'll do inches first, and then I'll do millimeters. So that's about, I don't know, 4 inches. You'd probably want to do about 3 7/8 or something. I don't know. You know, you figure it out. So there's that. Let me get to this side for you. Sorry. Let me push it over and not move it. It's kind of hard to tell. And then right here is the slide. I'm using these big batteries right now, and I'm just kind of sticking them in like that and just putting it in right here. God dang it. The thing is, I kind of want to drill this section right here so I can make it more of a box shape. Now let me grab my calipers. Hey, there they are, calipers, right now. Let's see here. I think it's 80 from what I looked up. So there's 80. Ooh, that actually fits in there pretty easy. So let's go to 90. Dang it. It's a reverse. It's hard. So there's 90 millimeters. So you got a little bit of room. Not too much. And I'm gonna guess probably about 40 millimeters back. You could probably move that thing pretty far back. Give me 1 sec. Just hold on. And I'm back. Alright, so I kinda grabbed the piece. Thing is, it's kinda hard to move because I have to put the screws in, but I didn't put the screws in. So let's see if I can get. There is gonna be your total extension, so let's back it up. You know, I would say just from eyeing that, that's probably about 1.25 inches. So you could grab your calipers and, I don't know, I can't really set it down and measure it. I'm gonna guess, let's probably say 30 to 35 millimeter. It's upside down, but everything is reversed. Ooh, there we go. So yeah, I'd say probably about 30 to 35 millimeter for this. So you're probably looking about, so that was what, 90 by about 35, 30 to 35. Push down, oh wait, I have to push that. And just push a little bit extra like that. So it's about 50. I would say about 45 is probably where you're good. Let's see, that's 45. Yeah, I didn't move it. Oh, let's get like that. A little bit extra, actually. A little bit extra if you do 45. But you won't. Yeah, you won't be sticking out. But you do have to be sure of this part if you're gonna go wider. So there you go. Some measurements for you. Some tires. Cheapo tires, but whatever. You know, who cares? Whatever gets you rolling, you know. On-off switch, ESC, brushed. Oh yeah, let's talk about this thing right here, right there. Let me grab this. Right there. Let's get an angle on it. So that hooks up to this right at the end. Man, I'm trying to get a good angle. There we go. So this micro servo. Definitely don't get a full-size one unless you have a rotary tool or something like that. And so that just sticks down into it. But I didn't finish the top, so I kind of just found this piece, this white piece, and kind of just makeshifted one myself and put it in. I think even this aluminum treal plate for the skid plate. Right there, right on the end of that. And then there's one back here. Let me find it for you. Let me see if I can get a good angle. That one goes from the servo to a little arm. I can't get a good angle of the arm. Is covering it up. Actually, you could see it right there. That piece in the back is the piece that holds on the micro servo. So maybe if somebody's looking for that and sees this, maybe they can figure it out through this video or something. I don't know. Here's the transmission screws. Get it in the light. So, oh man, right there. I'm trying to look through the camera, so it's like kind of trying to look, you know, what is that, breaking the fourth wall kind of thing. And then for this one, I haven't gotten these yet. I have to cut some screws. The thing is, if they're not flat, I might be able to drill that out a little bit. Kind of like how these are. They're totally flat, right against the plate. Like, you hardly ever really hit this side plate, to be honest. Like, I've been driving this for a little bit now, maybe at least a couple of days with this on. This has gotten scratched up, and so have these. This, if you're gonna get this, I would highly recommend either making something or buying something off of Amazon. Thing is, I have to cover this part up, and then now I'm gonna make a part for this, make a video of doing that, and I'll probably do some for the other ones as well, since I'm gonna try and throw on rear sear. That'll be later in the future. Thank you. See you later, fellow interfacers. Bye.